The crocodile has been Märklin's heraldic animal for years. It is one reason why the reptile collection in our latest new product line is so close to our hearts. Again and again we have wonderful new developments in all scales. The 194 is finally here, long awaited and most certainly in hot demand.
Ja, die E94, das ist natürlich ein Klassiker im Märklin-Programm und wir haben...
The E94 is a classic in the Märklin portfolio. This year we decided to offer our club members new tooling for the E94, with features from the Class 194 and Era 4DB design. We find ourselves in the year 1982. Here we built in a centrally mounted motor. Both outer driving wheels are powered using cardan shafts in each truck. We also have cab lighting. The loco is made completely of metal, a truly top model in the style of the E93 that we made years ago. The first hand sample shows off the engine's high level of details, also in terms of prototypical lighting. We also have here the triple headlights on the front hood. It was important to me that they appear as detailed as possible to match the prototype itself. Alongside the Märklin Dream Model 194050 is the Trix version that has been released. In addition, a car set is available. A container transport car is included. In addition, we have a gas tank car, a very authentic beer car, a steak car with interesting pipes, a load, and finally a sliding roof, sliding wall box car. This train fits perfectly with the Class 194. Unfortunately, the third crocodile in Europe was never produced. But now we are at a point in which we can offer the new tooling of the Austrian crocodile from the Austrian Federal Railways ÖBB from the series 1189. The locomotive was built toward the end of the 1920s. It was primarily used to travel across the Arlberg mountain range. Like the Swiss crocodile, it was built for mountain tracks. Later, the engines were used for flatter routes. We have a completely new tooling with an intricate metal construction and World of Operation MFX Plus decoder, along with various light functions. We have built in the switching light that was available in Austria at the time. And we have engineer's cab lighting. We can see this first off from the hand sample made out of moldings. The CAD construction provides a look at the propulsion components, including the centrally mounted motor. Later, the engine ran many freight trains in the mountain area east of Salzburg. The cars are available in the Märklin and Trix assortments. There will be 2 3-part sets. All hopper cars have different car numbers and a beautiful reproduction of the freight. The merrily rolling ÖBB crocodile is available as a fine model made of metal by both Märklin and Trix. It goes without saying that the complete feel and look of this model is simply beautiful. This year, the Russian Railway is celebrating a special anniversary. We are celebrating 100 years of the Russian crocodile. These are our models made completely of metal, a completely new tooling to scale in everything your heart desires. Doors, windows you can open, digitally operated pantographs and coupling, light and sound functions.
Und so werden wir 2 dieser Loks auf den Markt bringen.
We are releasing 2 of these locomotives. First, road number 414, that you can still experience on the route with the historical trains from Davos to Filisur. And second, reminiscent of the blue 412 sponsored by LGB and BMO, which has long since been scrapped unfortunately, but this blue locomotive will still be available in this class as a model.
Klasse auch geben als Modell.
Class 415 is still with the Russian Railroad, just like a sister Class 414. The famous Crocodile Class 415 will be realized as a plastic model depicting the prototype in its current state. This is actually the second operational locomotive in this class. Unfortunately, it has to spend a bit more time in the workshop and is not able to run at the moment. But this engine will be available as a plastic LGB model in the classic design. It's good to shake things up once in a while. which is exactly what Märklin had in mind when looking for an exclusive prototype to serve as inspiration for the new 2021 Club model.
Das ist eine spezielle Unterbauart der E44.
This is one loco of the sound production series of the class E44.
Ja, für diese kleine Lokomotive hat sie natürlich einen...
It doesn't have a front hood. Of course, this cute little locomotive has a highly detailed frame. We have included around 120 individual parts to the entire frame, 16 of which are sandboxes placed in the locomotive. It is a highly detailed piece from top to bottom. It has pantographs that can be raised and lowered by motors in digital operation. We have engineer's cab lighting, switchable headlights, everything packed into one little locomotive. We also have an accompanying classic passenger car set in which you have 32 built-in passenger figures. The cars themselves also have interior lighting, so you have everything you need in a single car set. With the E44-507 and her pretty passenger cars, Märklin insiders and Trix Club members can look forward to a beautiful Era 3 train. But they should bear in mind that deadline for ordering is February 28, 2021. Class 44 is a heavy-duty freight engine and will join the N-scale range as the new Club model.
Ja, diesen tollen Jumbo.
This powerful steam locomotive, the Oil Jumbo, that we have been able to admire right out our very office window for some time now, has a particularly special feature for the club, with its tub-style tender 22T30. It has a completely different look, making it even more elegant. A set of 10 Erz 3D hopper cars will be offered in conjunction with this engine. Naturally, all cars will be labeled with individual car numbers. They are all individual. It is a display packed with 10 cars. Club members can entirely pick and choose what they want, the complete set or individual parts. Please note that all models shown here are pre-series versions. And please don't forget to order your exemplar of Class 44 with a top-style tender by February 28, 2021. The cars will still be available after this date. What's the newcomer for Z-Scale? This is a gigantic diesel engine of type V188-001AB, originally stationed in Gemünden am Main. The engine comes in a scarlet red DB livery of Era 3B. Originally, the engine was mainly used as a war locomotive. Only 4 pieces of this giant were produced in total. In later years, the engine was used in freight traffic, especially in the Spessart region, where strong locomotives, such as the V188, were needed to tackle steep inclines. The model itself also consists of 2 individual pieces, both of which are equipped with a bell-shaped rotor motor. The entire model, including the superstructure, will be made with zinc die-cast metal in order to provide even better traction. This means the model will be an excellent draught horse. Both the driver's cab and engine room will be depicted in 3D, including interior lighting. Everyone who has had a Z locomotive before will know to expect great things of this new item as well. Many Miniclub fans will have eagerly awaited the release of this model. Don't forget to order yours before the 28th of February. Class 78 is one of the most popular steam engines of the German Federal Railroad. Once upon a time, she used to travel up and down the German main and branch lines.
Also das Vorbild, unsere Baureihe 78 mit
Around 1965, the prototype for our Class 78 with the road number 78507 was associated with the railroad head office and the railroad operating plant Essen. The Era 3 model, now that it has sound, has been given a different number. Along with that, we have 3 center entry cars for the first time in the assortment Era 3, with the appropriate bottle green paint scheme in the Märklin HFO and Trix assortments.
und auch bei Trix im Sortiment in dieser Farbgebung.
The prototype could be found operating all over Germany, which is not surprising given that 540 pieces of the former Prussian T18 were built in different versions. The Märklin model is made of metal and will be equipped with an MFX Plus decoder. The boiler will house a high-performance motor with a flywheel. The cars are available separately and have factory-installed LED interior lighting and current-conducting couplers. In addition, the cab control car has a built-in decoder, which can turn the engineer's cab lighting on and off, the LED interior lighting. The new 78507 is sure to provide model railroaders with a lot of action on any Era 3 layout, given her extensive state-of-the-art features. A smoke generator can be mounted separately, and the 3 bottle green passenger cars can be combined into a realistic express train true to the original. Please note that all models are pre-series versions that don't represent the finished products.
Die Deutsche Bundesbahn hat
In Era 3, that is, in 1962, the German Federal Railroad put an equally iconic train on its rails along with the Rheingold, that is, the express train F21, F22, which later became better known as the Rheinpfeil, Rhine Arrow. In the early 1960s, the railroad company ordered a matching set of luxurious passenger cars. This included compartment cars, open seating cars, and for the first time also the so-called dome car. The restaurant car with its bi-level kitchen area is a further highlight. It soon became known under the nickname Hump Car. We are completely redesigning the Humpback Dining Car. It used to be available in our assortment strictly as a car, but we have changed it into a functional car. It is getting a decoder, sound and many other functions you can operate. And the nice thing about the car is that it is also getting lighted table lamps. The interior lighting on board the panorama car has also been overhauled and improved.
Da haben wir uns
We really hustled, changing the lighting in the cupola a bit, so you can better illuminate the cupola even in the dark.
im Dunkeln viel schöner beleuchten kann. Der Zug wurde gezogen von einer Elektrolokomotive.
The train was pulled by an electric locomotive of the class 110, which in Era 3 is also known as E10.12. It is the iconic design of this class that went down in history as the Pantscrease.
In die Geschichte einging.
A tiny engineer has taken seat in the driver's cab. The model is made of metal and sports a high-performance motor that is centrally mounted and drives all 4 axles. An MFX decoder has been fitted as well. The interior lighting on board the Rhine Arrow cars only works if the Hump Car, as known as the restaurant car, is part of the set as it carries the necessary decoder on board. Both fast train sets and the E10.12 will be offered as a one-time series for the Märklin Dealer Initiative MHI.
Die Lokomotive
Pantographs that can be raised and lowered digitally will be added to this locomotive and the engineer's cab lighting too, which we didn't have in the Pantscrease before now. Our customers will be happy about it. The Rhine area is still considered one of the most scenic routes in Germany. And model railroaders know that this legacy is also owed to the beautiful, sleek Rhine Arrow that once used to speed through these hills.
Ein Wunschmodell vieler unserer Kunden.
One of our customers' favorites is the Euro Duplex that starts around Paris, passes Strasbourg, Stuttgart and on to Munich.
Dann weiter nach München. Deshalb kommt jetzt 2021.
In 2021 it has received new tooling with a 4-part basic set. Both end cars are powered. 2 transition cars are permanently coupled together with each end car.
Miteinander verbunden sind. Und dann gibt's Ausbaustufen. Wir haben
You can also expand the train to make it 10 parts, each with 3 2-part supplementary car sets. One set is second class and the other first class. There is also a set with a bar car and a second class car. All cars contain factory-installed interior furnishing and lighting. The pantographs come in 2 different versions with a contact strip for the German railroad network and for the SNCF respectively. The digital decoder controls numerous sound functions, triple headlights and red marker lights that change over with the direction of travel. An elaborate guide mechanism in the Jacob trucks creates a beautiful flush silhouette. The TGV Duplex is sure to take any Era 6 layout by storm. "50 years of IC travel in Germany."
Das Besondere an der E10.3
What makes the E10.3, for example, the 112-269 special is that it doesn't have a single grab iron or handrail on the front, which gives it a much more streamlined look, really nice and smooth. In addition, there will be a car set containing a dining car which is based on the former Kakadu half dining car, and then the TE paint scheme and, as you see, the word dining area Speiseraum printed on the side.
Speiseraum.
The most popular prototypes among the intercities are two specific ICs operating on the Stuttgart-Oberstdorf route. This is not surprising as both trains are pulled by Class 218 engines.
Manchmal auch nur eine.
Sometimes just one. Then, with the IC 2013, it has to be pushed over the Geislingen incline in one direction. You can put the model train together yourself. There will be a three-part set with two second-class cars and a bistro car. An additional second-class set consisting of three BPM-Z or Z and three separate cars, AVM-Z, APM-Z and IC cab control car. So you can replicate your train route for any given time period because it still operates to this day.
Das ist ein mächtiger Haufen Eisen.
That's a load of iron, I'd say.
Das ist sowas wie die Mutter des Krokodils.
It is what we would call the mother of all crocodiles, even if the first delivery was quite similar to the first crocodile. But the locomotive was started well before the crocodile. The two little fronts make it look quite unusual, something that was also added to the Köfferli. It is quite an impressive engine. Unique models depicting Swiss prototype engines have enjoyed great popularity with friends of the 1 gauge in recent years. The newest addition to this group of engines is the CE681, made from completely new tooling. It's impressive to see all the technological innovations that have been made with this larger model scale. This pre-series version already shows off some of them. An engineer has taken his place aboard one of the driver's cabs. The model's prototype unfortunately isn't in working condition anymore, but it has found a forever home with SBB Historic, as it is rightfully considered a forerunner of the legendary Swiss crocodile. Today the engine is located at the famous locomotive shed in Erstfeld. The model is primarily made of die-cast zinc, completed by numerous mounted details made from brass, which got its shape during a process called centrifugal casting. A truly worthy model for the King gauge. A variation to the Class 151 is being added to the N gauge in the assortment. The model depicts the engine in her classic era 4 looks from around 1978. We have an LED headlight sound, meaning a loudspeaker. We recently added a decoder with DCC and MFX format. That means the locomotive automatically responds, that is, if you have a CS2 or a CS3.
Besitzt auch selbstständig an.
There is interior lighting inside the driver's cab that can be controlled separately in digital operation. The locomotive will be accompanied by a matching set of cars. Something special for the MHI, a 4-part low-side car set with hidden freight. We have prototype photos for it, one with wheel sets from the Class V60. It looks really nice. And with trucks complete with wheel sets, for instance, and with steel rods and rolls of steel wire.
Auch mit Stahldrahtrollen.
When German railroads still ran as individual Länderbahnen, engines such as this one were already pulling freight trains.
Ja, Pfalzbahn.
The Palatine railways belonged more to the Bavarian territory at that time in Era 1. Our class R44 will get a road number, which you could see at the Palatine railways of the time. A matching 5-part freight car set includes freight cars in the typical Palatine railways paint scheme, with a somewhat different brown hue, or also a typical beer car from the regional brewery. Steam and sand dome on the R44 came with a distinctive-looking casing. The markings are authentic and can be seen on the hand samples. The gondola of type OQ with a load insert of coal is especially nice to look at. Friends of the N-scale range who are interested in freight traffic can look forward to many interesting new items in 2021. This beautiful Länderbahn ensemble is one of the highlights to look out for.
Wir machen die
We have created the third locomotive of the investment casting edition, once again using bronze material. The first time we made the Crocodile, generally known as the CE683. The second was the Class 85 as a steam engine. It was about time to make a diesel engine in this go-around. What catches my eye the most when I think about the DB, a beautifully shaped locomotive, would be for me the V200, with what I might say are its feminine curves. It comes in bronze, it has a motor with a bell-shaped armature, and it is presented in a beautiful black wooden box, and of course with a certificate of authenticity.